Okay, so here is part 2 of the review going over ancient systems. So this one, the directions on this one says to convert this into Mayan. All right, and so again, when you convert, you divide and subtract a lot. And again, all that changes is a value. Singles are worth 20 to the 0 power. Longs are worth 20 because those are 20 to the first power. Flats, now remember it's modified base 20, so they don't do 20 squared, they do 20 times 18, so those are worth 360. And then their cubes are kind of more rectangular prisms, which would be 20 times 18 times 20. But I only have 346. And again, when you're packaging, you're dividing to divvy them out. You're putting them into how they package things. So I can't even get a 360 out of that, 360, because 346 I don't have enough. So I'm going to divide by 20 and see how many of those go in there. So 20 goes in there once into the 34. I subtract and get 14, which is 146 when I bring down. 20 goes in there 7 times. I'm just doing long division. 7 times 20 is 140. And I end up having 6 leftovers, okay? And those are my singles. So I have 17 longs and I have 6 singles. Now, the thing is how do they draw that? Well, they do hands, which are little line segments for 5s, and then dots for 1s. So 6 would be on the bottom. I'm going to draw a line segment for 5 with a dot above it for 6. So a hand with a dot is 6. Now, they go vertically, so the singles are on the bottom. So now I'm going to do my longs up above that. I have 15, so I'm going to draw 5 line segments for 15 with 2 dots above it. Okay, so I have 5, 10, 15 with line segments and then 2 dots. And that's my answer to 346 in Mayan. All right, now we're going to do the same with 1,230. Again, I am packaging. I am converting into another base, not other than base 10. So you divide and subtract to packaging. And now again, I don't need this big one right here. Okay, that's what, 7,200. I don't need it because my number is too small. So I'm going to divide by 360 and see how many times that goes into, what is my number? 1230. Okay, so I'm just going to divide and see how many times it goes in there. All right, it looks like that's going to go 3. So what is it? 0, 18, 1. What is it? 1080. So I get 0. I'm going to ungroup. I'm just doing long division. 13 minus 8 is 5. 1 minus 1 is 0. And it looks like I get 150 left. Okay, so I have 3 360s, or 3 sets of 360, which again, those are my flats. I have 3 of them. All right, so now I'm going to take the 150 and divide by 20 to see how many longs I get. So that looks like, is that what, 7? Is that 140? And I get 10 leftovers, so I have 10, or what, 7 longs, okay, with 10 leftovers, so those are my singles, okay? So I have 3 flats, and then I have, what, 1 long and 10 singles. All right, so on the very bottom row are my singles, so I'm going to draw my 10. So I'm going to draw 2 hands or 2 line segments kind of close to each other, one on top of the other, okay? And then that's my, what? That's my singles, okay? Then I have 7 longs, which would be, leave a little space. I'm going to do a line segment or a hand for 5 and then put 2 dots above it for 7. So 5, 6, 7. So again, line segment represented a hand with 2 dots above it. And then above that is 3 flats, so I'm going to leave a little space and put 3 dots on top for the flat. So on bottom I have, let's see, what do I have? I have 10 on the bottom, and then I have 7 in the middle, and then 3, which again is 2 line segments, a line segment with 2 dots, and on the very top, 3 dots. All right, so then number 13, let's look at that. It says draw vertically. Okay, so I'm going to have 3 dots on the bottom, and then kind of a eyeball 0 looking thing in the middle. And then on top, I have 2 dots. And again, they draw things vertically. Now, if this is easy, you're wrong. So if you write like 203, you're wrong. Because if you have to do all this work to convert in, you have to have work to convert out to base 10. So instead of dividing and subtracting, you are going to multiply and add. So I have 203, that's the place. But remember, these are place value systems. So you have to take the place times the value. You can't just have the place. So again, their singles are worth 1, which is great. Their middle is their longs, those are worth 20, and then their flats are worth 360. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply those, and then I'm going to add to add those up. So on the very bottom, 3 times 1 is 3 for those 3 dots on the bottom. The 0 in the middle just gives me 0 because 0 times anything is 0. And then the 2 dots on the top are my 2 flats. Those are worth 360. So that's what, 720? So if I add, I get 723 when I convert back. And again, remember, 723 is like 723 individual items. Okay, my hands have a lot of lead on them. I need to go wash my hands. But again, this, if I packaged them in hundreds, tens, and so forth, it'd be the same. So in base 10, individual blocks is the same as regrouping, so you're done. This is your answer in base 10. All right, and then the last one says to draw 3 line segments on top of 3 line segments on top of 3 line segments for part B. So on the very bottom, I'm going to draw 3 line segments. In the middle, I'm going to draw 3 line segments. And on top, I'm going to draw 3 line segments. And again, these should be going up and down or vertically. So again, that's 15, 15, 15. That's easy. That is wrong. That can't be right because you have the place, but what's the value of each of those places? Right now, you have no value associated with those. So again, remember, you're going to have to multiply and add to get back to base 10. So on the very bottom, those 15 are worth 1. The 15 in the middle are all worth 20 because those are your longs. And the 15 on the top is your flat, and they're worth 360. And so when I multiply across, on the very bottom, I get 15 for my 15 singles. In the middle, I get 300 for my longs. 15 times 20 is 300. And on my top, 15 times 360 is 5,400. So if I add those together, 5,400, 315, I get 5,715. And that should be the correct answer for 13B, because again, you're multiplying to get the individual blocks in each package. It's kind of like you're dumping them out. So you're dumping out 15 flats that have 360 pieces of candium. You're dumping out 15 longs that have 20 each. And then you're dumping out the 15 singles and getting 15. Then you're adding up all your individual candies. And base 10 is the only one where the individuals equals them being grouped into flats, longs, cubes, and so forth. All right, hopefully you did well on this, and I will talk to you soon.